Okay, so get this. You ready for this deep dive?
Yeah, hit me.
We got some seriously out there stuff this time.
Lay it on me.
All right, so you sent us some fascinating material about a woman named Omnek Omec, and she claims
Okay.
to be a Venusian living right here on Earth.
Whoa, hold on. Venusian, like from Venus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
From Venus?
a new one.
And we've got all these translated excerpts from a Chinese language video.
Oh, wow.
All about her claims, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride.
I bet.
You ready to explore this together?
Absolutely. I'm hooked already.
Yeah.
What's so intriguing right off the bat is how different Omnek's story is. From your typical alien encounter, we're not talking about like blurry photos of UFOs or mysterious lights in the sky.
Right.
She claims to be the extraterrestrial, not just like, a witness.
Right, not just somebody who saw something strange.
Exactly.
She is the alien. And she doesn't just say she's from Venus. She describes a Venus that is completely different.
Okay, so what is she saying?
From what we know. So
I mean, we've sent probes there, right?
exactly.
It's like a hellscape.
Right, exactly. So she calls her birthplace the astral plane.
The astral plane.
A higher dimensional version of Venus.
Okay.
Where beings exist as pure consciousness.
Pure.
No bodies, no physical needs, no money, not even spoken language.
So how do they communicate?
They communicate telepathically.
Telepathically, wow.
Try explaining that at a dinner party.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I'm from Venus.
Oh, I'm from Venus.
But not your Venus.
But not your Venus. It's a higher dimension thing.
People would be reaching for the wine bottle pretty quick.
Yeah, I think I would too.
But think about the implications of a society like that, though.
Yeah.
A world with no material possessions, no status. What would motivate people?
Right.
What would their goals and aspirations even be?
It really challenges our assumptions.
It does.
About what a civilization could be.
For sure. For sure.
That really does make you wonder. Like,
yeah.
If we took money and status out of the picture,
yeah,
what would WE value? Would we be more altruistic, more focused on creativity and self-expression?
It's a fascinating thought experiment.
It is. It is a fascinating thought experiment. But she didn't choose to be born into this higher dimensional paradise.
What?
She says she volunteered to come to Earth.
Volunteered?
Yeah, help guide humanity towards a more spiritual path.
Huh. Volunteer duty on Earth.
I know.
That doesn't sound like a very appealing assignment.
No, not at all. And how did she even get here? I mean...
Yeah, I mean...
Did she hitch a ride on a comet?
So that's where things get even more extraordinary.
Okay.
She claims to have essentially swapped places with a young girl who died in an accident.
Okay, wait, hold on. So she inhabited a body
specifically
created for her mission.
Supposedly, yes.
Okay, that raises a lot of questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
About the logistics of a transfer like that.
Sure.
Talk about a culture shock.
Right.
Going from like a purely spiritual existence to suddenly having to deal with a physical body, gravity, all the messy complexities of human life. I can't even imagine. But let's focus on her mission for a second.
Okay, so...
Why did she volunteer for this earthly assignment? What's the message she's trying to convey?
So she paints a rather bleak picture of humanity's current trajectory.
Okay.
She believes we're too focused on material possessions, the pursuit of wealth, driven by, the invention of money, which she sees as a tool for manipulation and control.
So basically what you're saying is she thinks capitalism is ruining our vibe.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. We're too busy chasing the almighty dollar.
Right.
To focus on our spiritual growth.
In essence, yes.
Okay.
She believes this obsession with material wealth is holding us back from achieving our true potential, preventing us from, connecting with our inner selves.
Yeah.
Developing compassion and selflessness.
It's a pretty scathing critique of modern society.
It is.
But I can't help but feel like there's some truth to it. I mean, look around. So much of our lives revolve around money. Earning it, spending it, worrying about it. Yeah. Is it really making us happy?
I don't know. That's the kinds of the questions she wants us to ask ourselves. If we weren't so preoccupied with all this material stuff, what would we prioritize?
Right.
What kind of society could we create if we focused on, different values?
Okay.
And get this, she even suggests that figures like Jesus were part of this, guidance project, sent to nudge humanity. towards a higher path.
Like a long-term...
This idea
Yeah.
of a long-term
Like cyclist.
sickly intervention is certainly intriguing.
So it's like some kind of cosmic support group for wayward humanity.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, Earthlings, time for another intervention. Put down the smartphones. Let's talk about your spiritual development.
Right, exactly.
But if she thinks we're so off track, what does she say about our potential? Are we just a lost cause, destined to self-destruct in a blaze of consumerism?
Not at all.
Yeah.
In fact, she makes a rather surprising claim. She describes humans as the most powerful beings in the universe.
What?
Because we exist across multiple dimensions.
Hold on. We're like cosmic superheroes with amnesia, stuck here on Earth arguing about parking spaces and the latest TikTok trends, but we have this potential to explore vast multidimensional realities.
That's the gist of it, yeah.
Wow. Okay, my mind is officially blown. So we have a being who claims to be from a higher dimensional Venus, living among us, trying to steer us away from material obsession towards some kind of grand spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
But how did she even get tea here?
Well,
Did she take the interdimensional subway?
her arrival story is quite a tale.
Okay.
She says she arrived on Earth in a massive mothership carrying 50 smaller UFOs.
50.
50, which landed in Tibet. Then she spent a year acclimating to Earth's environment in a Himalayan temple.
Hold on. A temple in the Himalayas?
Yes.
Are we talking about some ancient order dedicated to welcoming extraterrestrial visitors?
It sounds that way.
Like a cosmic bed and breakfast for intergalactic travelers.
That's the implication.
This is amazing. So there are organizations on Earth specifically tasked with handling extraterrestrial contact.
It certainly is fascinating to consider.
It is, and it gets even more intriguing when you consider her claim that many extraterrestrials are already living among us.
Completely unnoticed.
Okay, this is starting to sound like a science fiction movie marathon. We've got a Venusian living in disguise, a secret society of alien welcomers, and other extraterrestrials just blending into the crowd.
Sounds like a good movie.
What else is in store for us on this deep dive?
Well, this is where things take a turn toward the truly unique.
Okay.
She describes a concept of 4 human races,
4 human races.
each originating from a different planet.
From different planets.
Outside our solar system.
Hold up. 4 human races from different planets?
Yep.
That's a pretty bold claim.
It is.
And what kind of abilities are we talking about here?
So, for example, she says Venusians have advanced mental powers.
Okay.
Martians are technologically advanced. Brown people have a deep connection to nature, can control it. And black people are frequency controllers.
Frequency controller.
Yes.
Okay, that one definitely needs some further unpacking.
I agree.
And to be honest, some of this sounds a bit like she's drawing on existing stereotypes and cultural narratives, which is something we need to examine critically.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's crucial to approach these claims with a discerning eye.
Yeah.
You know, separating the intriguing from the potentially problematic.
Right. But even if we don't take everything at face value, her story raises some fascinating questions.
It does.
About our origins, our potential,
Yeah.
the very nature of reality itself.
No doubt.
It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, right?
Yeah.
Revealing more and more complexity with each layer.
Yeah, it's a real head scratcher.
And we've only just begun to scratch the surface, so stay tuned. Because
Yeah.
in the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore her beliefs about guardian angels, the nature of death, reincarnation, and even her claims about Tesla.
Oh, Tesla.
And Marilyn Monroe being Venusians.
This is going to be good.
It's going to be good.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're back, and we're diving even deeper.
Deeper into the rabbit hole.
Deeper into the rabbit hole with Omnek Omec. We've covered her cosmic origins, her critical view of humanity's material obsessions. But there's a whole other dimension to explore. Her spiritual beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
She talks about guardian angels, reincarnation, a cyclical view of life and death.
I'm intrigued.
It's pretty mind-bending.
Well, it's fascinating how she weaves these spiritual concepts into her whole narrative of extraterrestrial intervention. You know,
Yeah.
It's not just exic and lians about aliens visiting Earth. It's
Yeah.
about a grand plan for human evolution,
Right.
guided by these unseen forces, driven by the enduring nature of the soul.
It's like we're all part of this elaborate cosmic play.
Yeah, like a big cosmic drama.
With a cast of characters that includes Venusians, guardian angels, and reincarnated souls, all working towards some ultimate goal.
It's a fascinating concept.
But let's start with these guardian angels.
Oh, yeah.
Who are they, and what's their role in all of this?
So she says everyone has a guardian angel who offers subtle guidance throughout their life.
Okay.
Think of them like cosmic advisors,
Okay.
nudging you in the right direction, offering insights at, crucial moments, but never interfering with your predestined path.
Okay, so if we're already on this predestined path,
Right.
what's the point of having a guardian angel?
Yeah, that's a great question. It gets to the heart of free will versus determinism, a debate that's raged on for centuries. She doesn't really delve into the philosophical complexities of free will, but she suggests that our choices are guided by a larger plan that we chose before we were born. It's like we're given a roadmap, but we still have the freedom to choose which route to take, which detours to explore.
So it's not about being controlled, but about being guided toward our ultimate destination.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about these guardian angels? Can we ever actually see them?
She says they're usually invisible, operating on this subtle energetic level.
Okay.
But people might catch glimpses of them during near-death experiences. Okay. She even describes other types of angels, possible for, maintaining environmental balance, orchestrating natural events, suggesting a whole hierarchy of these celestial beings, influencing the world around us.
Wow. So there could be this whole angelic team working behind the scenes.
It's an interesting thought.
Like a cosmic stage crew.
Yeah, I like that.
Making sure the show goes on. But if there's a plan, what about all the tough stuff, the heartbreaks, the losses, the struggles we all go through?
Right.
Where do those fit in to this grand cosmic scheme?
That brings us to another key aspect of her teachings, her views on death.
Okay.
She claims that death, as we perceive it, doesn't actually exist.
So no heaven or hell, no pearly gates or fiery pits?
Not in the traditional sense. She says it's simply a transition point within this cyclical system of reincarnation.
So just a continuous loop of life, death, and rebirth.
In essence, yes.
Does that mean we could come back as anything? A tree, a butterfly?
Was she. She believes that every living thing, from humans to plants, even rocks, possesses a soul. And these souls are on a journey of evolution, moving through different levels of existence.
So we're all on this cosmic escalator.
That's a good analogy.
Moving up through the ranks of existence, starting as a rock, working our way up to plant life, maybe a stint as a squirrel or a seagull. And finally, if we're lucky, we reach the penthouse suite of human existence.
It's a long journey.
Sounds like a long and winding road trip.
It is, according to her.
Yeah.
She describes reincarnation as a process of accumulating achievement points.
Achievement points.
Yeah, through diverse life experiences we choose, challenging or contrasting lives, to accelerate our soul growth, eventually ascending to higher levels of consciousness.
So those tough times we go through, the heartaches, the losses, the setbacks, they're not for nothing. We're actually earning cosmic brownie points.
Yeah, like leveling up our soul.
Leveling up our soul.
For the next grand adventure.
It's a comforting thought.
It is, isn't it?
That even our darkest moments have a purpose in our overall soul journey.
She even suggests that, pets are animals.
Okay.
On the verge of becoming human.
Oh.
Learning how to live alongside us.
Yeah.
Preparing for their next evolutionary leap.
That's adorable.
It is.
I can totally see my dog graduating to human status in his next life.
Right.
He's already mastered the art of guilt-tripping me for treats.
They're good at that.
But, okay, back to this soul evolution thing. What happens when we finally racked up enough achievement points?
Yeah, so she believes we eventually ascend to higher dimensions, shedding our physical bodies.
Yeah.
Existing as pure consciousness.
Okay.
Much like the beings she describes on her version of Venus.
Yeah.
State of, perfect understanding, unity with the universe, free from limitations and suffering.
Sounds blissful.
It does.
Like a permanent spa day for the soul.
Well, I like that.
But before we reach that point, we're back here on Earth, navigating the ups and downs, trying to make sense of it all. Speaking of making sense of things, let's talk about her claims about Nikola Tesla and Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, yes.
How do they fit into this grand cosmic narrative?
So this is where things get inner. Particularly intriguing.
Okay.
She claims that both Tesla and Monroe were also Venusians.
Okay.
Sent to Earth on special missions.
Venusian, both of them.
According to her. Yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't elaborate much on Monroe's purpose, but she connects Tesla
Okay.
to a declassified FBI document.
Wait, an actual FBI document?
Yes, that mentions his alleged communication with space people.
Is this evidence of, like, a government cover-up?
Yeah.
A secret history of alien contact?
No, that's
Yeah.
it's not quite as sensational
Yeah.
as it sounds.
Okay.
The document is real,
Uh-huh.
but it's often misinterpreted. It doesn't actually state that Tesla was an alien.
Yeah?
It simply mentions a claim made in a biography about Tesla, published in the 1950s.
Okay.
According to this biography, Tesla invented a device for communicating with extraterrestrials. And after his death, some of his associates allegedly had an encounter with space people who confirmed his Venusian origins.
So it's a secondhand account within an FBI document.
Right.
Based on a biography published decades after his death.
Exactly.
That's a pretty thin thread to hang their claim on.
It is.
It's like playing a cosmic game of telephone.
Right.
Where the message gets distorted
Oh,
with each retelling.
Yeah, it's important to be cautious about
Right.
interpreting these sources. The
Right.
FBI document simply reflects the fact that they were investigating claims about Tesla
Right.
and his potential connections to extraterrestrial. Not necessarily endorsing those claims as fact.
It's fascinating how Tesla continues to be such a magnet for these kinds of stories.
It really is.
He was undoubtedly a brilliant inventor,
The true visionary.
a true visionary, but he was also quite eccentric, which perhaps contributes to the mystique surrounding him.
I think so.
And her story certainly adds another layer of intrigue to the Tesla enigma.
For sure.
But before we get too lost, in the Tesla rabbit hole, let's bring it back to her
Right.
overall message. If we were to distill it down to its essence, what's the key takeaway?
Right.
What's she really trying to tell us amidst all these extraordinary claims?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is a big question. Is she a visionary, a fantasist, or something in between?
I don't know.
And even if we don't buy into all of her claims, are there valuable insights to be gleaned from her story?
It's definitely worth considering.
Let's explore those questions in the final part
Oh,
of our deep dive. All right, so we've gone from a higher dimensional Venus to the depths of the Himalayas. We've explored guardian angels, reincarnation, and even tangled with the enigma of Nikola Tesla.
it's been quite a journey.
It has been a wild ride. Through Omnek Omec's extraordinary claims, now we're reaching the final leg of our deep dive. It's time to step back, consider, what does it all mean?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is the big question. We've encountered a fascinating blend of New Age spirituality, UFO lore, and some pretty unconventional social commentary.
Yeah, it's a unique mix.
But beneath the surface, there's a recurring theme. That I find really compelling.
Oh, okay, I'm curious.
What's that? Give us the grand takeaway, the cosmic wisdom nugget we can carry with us after this mind-bending exploration.
Well, I'd say it's the emphasis on human potential.
Human potential, though.
Even if we set aside the fantastical elements, the Venusian origins, the body swap, the Tesla connection,
Right.
there's something profoundly empowering about her message. You know, she's basically saying we're far more than we realize that we
Yeah.
possess. Untapped capabilities, a capacity for growth that extends far beyond our current understanding.
It's like she's holding up a mirror to humanity, saying, look, you're capable of so much more. Stop getting bogged down in the material world. Break free from these limitations. Embrace your true potential.
Exactly. And that message, I think, resonates with a lot of people, regardless of what they believe about aliens or reincarnation.
Yeah.
We all have that the innate desire to transcend our limitations, to reach for something greater.
It's the classic hero's journey, isn't it? You start in the ordinary world, receive a call to adventure, face challenges and trials, ultimately emerge transformed with a newfound understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe.
Exactly. And her story, whether you interpret it literally or metaphorically, provides a framework for that journey.
It does.
It's a reminder that reality might be far more expansive and mysterious than we typically assume. And that we, as humans, have a role to play in this grand cosmic unfolding.
So, what do you think? Did any of her ideas resonate with you?
Yeah, I mean, some of it was a bit out there, but definitely some food for thought.
Did you find yourself nodding along, thinking, yeah, she might be onto something, or were you hitting the skeptic button the whole time?
I think a little bit of both.
We'd love to hear your thoughts. What stood out to you as the most?
I think the idea of choosing our lives before birth.
Yeah.
That really got me thinking.
And if we entertain that possibility, even for a moment, what does that say about free will?
Right.
Are we truly the authors of our destinies? Or are we playing out a script that we co-wrote with the universe?
It's a question worth pondering.
It is. It invites us to examine our choices and motivations with a fresh perspective.
I agree. Ultimately, her story is an invitation to explore the boundaries of our understanding, to question our assumptions, and to embrace the mysteries that lie beyond the known.
Whether you view her as a visionary, a fantasist, or something in between, her claims offer a unique lens through which to examine our world and our place within it.
For sure.
And maybe, just maybe, they spark a flicker of possibility, a sense that reality is far more wondrous and interconnected than we could ever imagine.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that sense of wonder alive.
Good advice.
Because who knows? The truth might be far stranger and more incredible than we could ever dream.
And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the extraordinary claims of Omnek Omec.
Until next time, keep those minds open and those curiosity circuits firing.
Absolutely.